Hello, this is a prepaid collect call from
Hey, it's Gypsy.
an offender at the Chillicothe Correctional Center.
This call is from a correctional facility and may be monitored and recorded.
To accept charges, press 1. To refuse charges, press thank you for using Securus. You may start the conversation now.
Hi.
Hello. Hey, so I have a question for you. So we had a meeting this morning, and
Okay.
there's a story that came up about April 18th, 17th, 2015, that your mom made a police report and had the police come to the home and said that there was a break-in and that her painkillers were stolen.
I could explain that. I do remember that. That was because I was taking her pills behind her back, and she started to notice her pills were missing. And what she did was she went to the emergency room, because if she went to the emergency room, she could be like, "I'm out of my pills. Can I please get an emergency script?" But she had to come up with this elaborate story of why she needed it. And so she came up with this elaborate story that it was a break-in at the house and someone stole her pills. And so by that police report, she can legally go and get a renewed script for Xanax and hydrocodone, the pain pills, Vicodin. And so that's what she did.
Yes, and she also made sure that there was $50 cash stolen. So was that just to add to the story?
That was yeah.
Do you remember that day? I would love to have some context of how this day unfolded.
Yeah, well, one morning she had woke up and she noticed that most of her Xanax was gone. And so I was like, oh, I accidentally spilled them on the ground, and a lot of them went all over the carpet, and I vacuumed the carpet, just trying to come up with some bullshit story so I could come up with an excuse to lie to her that I didn't want to tell her I'm taking your pills behind your back. So I came up with this story to tell her about me dropping them on the floor, and she's like, well, regardless of whatever is going on, whether it's somebody's coming in the house and taking my pills, or it's you that's taking my pills and just don't want to own up to it, I need my pills. And so she's like, I need to go to the emergency room, and I could try to get an emergency script. But they don't usually do stuff like that. And so not unless there's a really good reason. So she went ahead and filed a police report with the story that there was a break-in in order to get an emergency script at the hospital. And so when you went to the hospital, we sat in the emergency room. She got seen by the doctor. She's like, these are my normal regimen medicines. And as you can see, I have a script for it, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, well, we don't usually do this, but under the circumstances, I'll write you a script. So.
Wow. So do you think your mom was addicted to painkillers?
No, I don't think that she was addicted. I know I was addicted. She took them as recommended by the script. So it was take 1 to 2 every 12 hours or so. And so she would take one in the morning, and then she would take one at night, and another one if she would be very on edge or in a lot of pain. So she didn't abuse them at all.
Where was her pain coming from?
Her leg. Whenever in that car accident in 2001, where she had the internal rods and plates and screws and stuff, internal fixture too, because the bones never sealed back together. So they were held in place together by the internal hardware for her legs.
And is that when she started to take painkillers? Is after that car accident?
Yes.
Okay, that's sense. That's making sense now that's when that started. How old were you when this accident happened? I'm trying to remember.
I was 9. I was 9, about to be 10.
And when do you remember starting to take painkillers yourself?
It was after I had dental surgery done, and it was whenever I had like multiple teeth extracted, and it was in 2011. And like my script for my pain medicine that they prescribe you after you've had like major dental work like that done, I ran out. Like I had went through the whole prescription, and I was done with the regimen. But I was still in pain, so she had given me some of her painkillers, and then pretty soon after that, it was so addicting, and I wanted more, and I didn't want to stop.
And at that point, you have never heard that this was an issue with opiates?
I knew that it was like wrong to take her medicine, but I didn't know that I didn't really realize that I was addicted to them. I'm just like, I want more and I can't stop. And it didn't click how addictive it was.
What's the feeling that you would get taking them?
I was still very relaxed. I do have back pain. And the prison gives me a script for Tylenol, which helps. But I have lower back pain after I've been a long day of standing up for a while or whatever. And so it made me feel absolutely no pain. My back pain was gone. I felt really sleepy, really relaxed. I just felt really calm, I could take a nap and just have not a care in the world.
Yeah, this is making sense. I'm just trying to wrap my head around, because when I heard the story in the meeting today, I was like,
from a correctional facility and may be monitored and recorded.
Because the giveaway was she said that 90 pills were stolen, and that's a fresh prescription, not 3 pills, 90 pills.
Yeah, and so that's what that was about. And that's when I was really, really bad in the addiction of it. And I think at that point, my mom, she would have kidney stones. She'd have bouts of kidney stones. And so the doctor would prescribe her Percocet. Really, really strong. Theo. My roommate's not listening. They're really, really strong. They're white. They're circular. And they're really strong. Oxy, that was it. Oxycodone.
And so she would have kidney stones, so she would get more prescriptions for that, plus her leg pain. Yeah. And so you're saying your mom had 1 to 2, maybe 3 a day. How many were you taking
a day? Oh my God. I would take 2 to 3 in the morning, probably another 1 in the afternoon, and 2 to 3 at night. And I would take it with 1 Xanax. I'd crush it up, and my mom showed me how to do that, where she would crush up a Vicodin and a Xanax in this little pill crusher, and then dissolve it in water and put it through my feeding tube. And she did that whenever my mouth was hurting, and she had given me a Xanax to kind of calm me. And ever since then, those 2 combinations together was just, bliss. And it was so addictive that that's what I would do behind her back. So I got the pill crusher and the Xanax and the Vicodin together, and then put it through my feeding tube, and it was an instant high.
And how long would it last for you?
And it lasts a couple hours. So 2-3 hours, I think.
Did it become to the point that you needed to take more and more pills to get the same feeling?
Yeah, because I just it got to be where in the beginning 1 was enough, but then I would bump it up to 2, and then 2 wasn't enough, and then 3. So yeah, I did have to increase as time went on.
Okay, that makes sense. That totally makes sense. And then when did your mom start to catch on that you were doing this behind her back?
Around that time that this is April, May, early June, like she started to really become suspicious because I was taking so much more than I had used to. So my mom kept a pretty good eye on her medications. The one she didn't, really wouldn't notice, but, say 8 in a day, yeah, that's pretty noticeable.
Yeah, you're going through a bottle pretty fast then.
Yeah. And then so it's like we're sharing out of the same bottle. She's taking hers as prescribed, and I'm misusing it and taking more than even she's taking.
And I thought in 2011, when you ran away with Danny, that she came to the house with the painkillers. Was that a way to lure you back home? Or do you recall that being a part of that? I thought I understood that to be part of the case.
I did take her vitamins, and I did take the money pouch. And so when I ran away and she found me at that house, the first thing that she said was, "Where are my pills?" And I thought I got them out of my backpack and I gave them back to her. She's like, "And where's the money?" And I gave her the pouch of money, and then, but it wasn't like a deal like, "Hey, you can have some more pills if you come back with me." That wasn't part of it.
Oh, she just realized that you took them. She knows they were gone.
Right. She knows they were
but
gone.
She didn't realize that you were addicted then at that point.
This call is from a correctional facility and may be monitored and recorded.
She thought that I had got them for Dan.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. What?
She thought that I had sold them for Dan to take.
Was Dan taking painkillers, or she just assumed that?
Well, he was, he said he was taking Vicodin, so I told her that, and so I think she assumed that they were for him.